I would definitely prefer to have Fredericks as our right back again.
Nothing against Zaba, I love Zaba.
But I feel like I'm going to want to prefer to have Fredericks and his pace and the way that he works against Palace. I feel like we need to get through him a bit on the wing, and he can definitely take charge of that, as well as defending really well against them.
He looked fantastic against Mane at the Liverpool game.
Having not really played much this season, to come back and play it was brilliant. He didn't really do anything wrong, and I think it'd be unfair for that reason to drop him.
Especially after coming back from an injury, he's going to want to play, and he's definitely going to want to prove himself. Who would I want to see as a striker? Well, that's a very kind of question.
My first initial thought was I would replace Hernandez in for Arnie, but a couple of reasons why I don't think he should start on Saturday is because of his attitude.
And Alvic seems to give us this bad mentality, and I really, really do not want to see that on the pitch.
He's kind of sort of just left the squad for a short period of time, and then all of a sudden he's kind of returned. Hernandez had what I thought looked like a good game on Monday against Liverpool, and he really showed some drive and determination and passion to play for the squad.
I think we played so well against Liverpool, and I just think it would be unfair to drop anyone when you're playing so well. I think Hernandez looked livelier than he possibly has ever looked for us, if I'm thinking back.
It doesn't really send a good message if you just then replace him with someone who's not really had to do much to get himself back into the squad.
Prefer to see Antonio as a striker. I feel like he would fit into the role quite well, especially with the positive that he got from Liverpool about scoring a goal. I feel like he'll start the Palace game, wanting to score more. If I had to put on a 1-2-3, I think I'd have Antonio, Hernandez and then an Alvic, purely because we do not want this mentality or attitude that's been coming on with him playing to affect our game against Palace.
No surprise that I don't want to make any changes to that starting 11.
I think the starting 11 that we had against Liverpool worked really, really well.
I think it would be silly to make any changes. The squad looked really robust on Monday. Anderson looked good against Milner, and Antonio scored a cracker.
I was even shocked that Bonner played really well, so that says a lot, because I couldn't even say one bad word about him. Maybe if I was to change it, I think if I had Antonio as a striker, I'd probably have Diagana as the wing.
I'm hoping the likes of Arnie and perhaps Nasri might be fit and that they could possibly feature at some point, but I think start with exactly the same team.
What's my thoughts on Palace? Palace are they're kind of like us. They play really well against good teams magically, but then that's it. Anything below 7th place right now, we're all kind of like the same-ish.
I know that they have just won 2-0 against Fulham. That was their last game, their last fixture. Zaha is obviously putting through his appeal with the FA, so I don't know if he'll be part of the squad on Saturday. I do believe that the morale and the general consensus is that they're definitely going to be up for it after just sort of, I think, winning 1 in 4, I think it is.
They're going to come out really strong, really fighting and ready to give us a go-in, especially because last time when I went to go watch, we obviously gave them the go-in and won, so I feel like they're going to come back, especially being at home, they're going to come back with a good vengeance.
I'm never confident. I'm a West Ham fan. On the odd occasion that I have had a little bit of confidence, we're always terrible. So I don't like to get confident. I'm not used to it being a West Ham fan. If the team turns up like they did against Liverpool, 100% we are capable of beating them. But you just never know what team's actually going to turn up. That's why I think it's important to stick to the same starting 11.
Am I confident? Yes, I am confident, but then I don't want to be confident, because then if we play really bad and we lose, I'm going to be angry, and then that's just, But I'm confident that we can definitely go out there and, carry on with the win against Liverpool and, show everybody that we're back, we're ready and like to fight. So I'm confident. I feel like it's going to be a very interesting game.
I'm feeling pretty confident. It'd be nice to see sort of West Ham bring the intensity that they had against Liverpool to to the game against Palace on Saturday that we are 4 points from 8th. We've not really got much to continue with this season, but I definitely think that if we can try and finish as high as possible, I think that's where we should be aiming. So I think every remaining fixture should be played with the same intensity that we showed at Liverpool. I think that's a really important thing to really show and really put in the effort, really graft away during the 90 minutes.
And instead, I'm not confident. I'm still going to go with us to win. I reckon we will concede and it will be tight, but I reckon 2-1, and I reckon Hernandez will bag himself a goal.
And the last question for you, Ugly Bunch, is score predictions. I'm probably going to go with, initially it was going to be 3-1, but for some reason I'm not so optimistic, so I'm going to go 2-0.
I want us to have a very comfortable 2-0 win. Very comfortable, very easy, nice set pieces, nice passing, and like good teamwork, good fighting. It's bad to always say I feel like we're going to concede, especially against Palace. I definitely think we're going to concede. So I'm expecting maybe 2-1.